Hello and welcome to Slightly Impressive, end of the hiatus, I guess. My name is Grifter and I'm doing a vlog thing. I've been gone a while. I wasn't actually planning to be gone at all, but then things happened, the wall turned blue, and well, here I am. Also, BlizzCon happened, and I wanted to talk about BlizzCon, and I wanted to tell you that I'm back. I haven't died. I'm gonna keep making videos, and yeah, Machinima's coming. Probably next weekend. I guess it depends on when this goes up, how far it'll be for you. I don't know. Um, but I wanted to talk about BlizzCon because I went to BlizzCon and it was super fun. It was the first convention I'd ever been to, and I didn't really know what to expect. I was like really nervous about it, but really excited, and it was awesome. I took notes so I wouldn't forget anything because so much was going on. My first note is opening ceremony. Let's talk about the opening ceremony. It was crazy. This place, the Anaheim Convention Center is huge. I had no idea that it was so massive. Like you watch the streams of BlizzCon and it's just, I mean, it looks like a big stage with like a big audience but I don't know, I just sort of imagine it being like a normal sized room with a normal sized audience, like you know, inside a convention center. I don't know how to explain what I'm talking about, but I mean, it's just massive. It's like, how is a building this big? How are this many people? Like, how are there this many people in the world? Let alone like, I guess it was 25,000, and I mean, 25,000 people couldn't fit in that main stage area, but I mean, it was a lot. Like, I don't know, 10, 15,000. I don't know, which is crazy because I think about like how many people watch like my most watched videos, and it's more than that. And it's like, how is it that many people? That's, I don't know, that's a side tangent. But oh man. So it's just so exciting to be there. Like it's so different than watching the stream because you're in this dark room, you can't see anything but the stage really, and there's just like this just massive crowd around you, like just I don't even know. I don't even know how to describe how big it is, how many people are there, but it's just like when the crowd cheers, it's just like it shakes everything. It's insane. So that was fun. I was a little bit I I was kind of disappointed that they weren't like planning to announce anything as far as we knew. Like I thought this BlizzCon would be kind of like just sort of a boring one, like a filler one in between big announcement BlizzCons, you know. And then they came out of nowhere with Overwatch, and that was crazy. Like Chris Metzen comes out on stage. I mean, I think they came out and announced like the Goblins versus Gnomes thing, or Gnomes versus Goblins, whatever it is, which looks really cool, but I didn't see much about it. But I think that's a really cool idea for an expansion for Hearthstone. And then they talked about StarCraft 2, which the cinematic for that was really cool. Like at the end, the very end, where he's like, "My life for ire." Like it's so awesome. And I don't even play StarCraft 2 that much, but I really like the story. Where was I going with this? Oh, and then Chris Metzen comes out and he's like, you know, we haven't had a new, he didn't say a new IP, but like a new world for you to play in 17 years. And everybody's just like, wait, what? Where is he going with this? What's going to happen here? And then he's like, I think it's about time I don't even know what he said exactly, but like he's just hinting at like there's something completely new coming that doesn't have anything to do with like an existing franchise. And then the cinematic comes on. And like the cinematic was kind of, it's cool, but it's like everybody keeps saying it's very Pixar, which is very true. Like there's these two kids, and I mean you can go watch the cinematic, I'm sure you've seen it. But like you've got the two kids, and then the heroes come in and they fight, and then the kids are like, "Ah, that was so awesome," and everyone needs to be a hero or something. And like it's cool. It's a cool cinematic. It's definitely like, oh, things are happening. Something's happening outside. Okay. Anyway, what were we talking? Oh, the cinematic. So after the cinematic, you know, it didn't really tell us anything about the game. It just looked like this cool new world. Like it kind of gave you an idea of like it's set in Earth, kind of, but in the future, and there's this Overwatch organization and whatever. but we didn't know anything about the game. And I think at this point, everyone's just assuming, like, well, that was just a teaser for something that's coming out. We're not going to know what it is for a long time. It's not going to come out for a long time. It's just what Blizzard does, right? But then he was like, okay, so now we're going to show you some gameplay. And it was like, whoa, what? And then he showed this gameplay video. And at first, it's still not clear what kind of game it is. They're just showing environments and they're showing the characters moving around and stuff. And then you see the first-person shooter screen, like the actual UI. And at that point, the crowd just went insane, right? Because, I mean, Blizzard doing an FPS, that's crazy. But it looks really cool. Like, it doesn't look like a normal first-person shooter where you just have a gun of some sort and you're just running around killing each other. It's like, even in the gameplay video, they show, like, I think Symmetra is her name, where she has the crazy gun where she does these hand motions to create things, and they were just showing all the different things that the characters do. It's not like, I guess it's a lot like Team Fortress 2. I've never played that, but everybody keeps comparing it to that. But it's not like any shooter I've ever played or even really looked at. So it's really cool. It looks really interesting. And then he surprised everybody again by saying that you could go play it right then. Like, they've been working on this game long enough for it to actually be in a playable state, and it's crazy. And I can't believe they kept it a secret for that long. But here's one thing I don't understand. This is a side note. There were Overwatch cosplayers there. They were like really, really good, professional-looking Overwatch cosplayers. So I don't know I don't know if they worked for Blizzard or if Blizzard like came to these people and said, "Hey, look at the stuff for this new game. Why don't you make a costume for it?" I don't know what was going on there. They never really explained because no one knew about this game, but they had time to put costumes together. I don't know. We were confused about that the whole time. If you have any insight to that, I guess let me know. Where was I going with that? I wasn't going anywhere with that. Where was I going before that? I don't know. Anyway, I got to play it a little bit. You got to play like 2 matches at a time, and the line was moving pretty fast. Like, even when the line was super long, it didn't take that long. It was moving. I think they said they had 600 machines for people to play on. So I went through twice. So I got to play 4 matches. I lost 3 of them and won 1 of them. But it was really fun. I'm really bad at it. Like, I'm just terrible at that kind of game in general. Just shooters in general, and like especially competitive shooters, I'm not very good at. But it's just really fun. Reaper is really fun. He's the shadowy guy with the 2 shotguns. He has an ability where you can go into the shadows and just like you're invulnerable for a while, but you can attack, and like he can teleport around. Mercy was one of my favorites. She's the healer. She's one of the healers or one of the support characters. She can shoot this beam to heal people or to buff them, and she can fly around. But my favorite was Widowmaker, she's a sniper. She has this grappling hook so she can get up high and then zoom in and like just find people and just one-shot them. That was really fun until somebody finds you and kills you, or the other sniper finds you. But that was the match that I won when I played Widowmaker, and I really like her the best so far. I played some of the tanky tunes, but they weren't, I don't know, I couldn't really get the hang of them. But I mean, I only had 4 matches to try it. But an interesting thing about Overwatch is you can switch characters in the middle of the match. So like if you die and you're just like, I'm not doing very well with this tune, this character, this hero, I think they're actually called, you can just switch to a different one. So everything's constantly changing. It's kind of insane. But that was fun. And okay, let's just move on. Let's move on from Overwatch. I'm really, really excited about Overwatch. I really hope I get in the beta or alpha or whatever comes out, because that would be super fun. But what's next on my list here? We've got the movie. Oh, right, the movie. Okay, so the movie. I haven't really known what to think about the movie. Like, it's really hard for me to imagine a Warcraft movie that doesn't look ridiculous, that's not like insanely cheesy and terrible. Maybe that's just me being really pessimistic, but that's kind of always how I felt about it. Like, I don't really care if this movie gets made. I don't think it's going to be that great. But after going to this panel and like seeing before I even saw the preview thing that they showed us, like they just kept talking about the preview. They were like, "You need to go upstairs and watch the preview," and we're like, "Okay, just show it to us." Like, but I guess they wanted to control, like they didn't want anybody to record it or whatever. But after hearing them talk about it and like announce the actors, and they brought some of the actors out there, I guess it was just Rob Kaczynski, I believe is his name. But he was really funny, and he said he had, I don't know, like 500 days played in the game or something. Like he's a huge fan of the game, and everybody who was working on the movie just kept talking about how they are WoW players, and they are huge fans of this universe, and it's not just like people taking the Warcraft story and just trying to make like a big Hollywood movie out of it. It's people who really do care about it and want to do right by Blizzard and by the story, and I think that's really cool. But you know, it's still a lot of it still hinges on like how cheesy it looks, right? But they just kept saying, they were like, it looks so cool, like you're gonna love it, and I'm just like, okay, maybe, well, maybe. So then we went upstairs, and we stood in line forever, and got to see this preview. The preview was only like, I don't know, 20 seconds long maybe, but it was a shot of Stormwind, which looked so awesome. Like, I don't know how to describe to you. It was like a real Stormwind. It's like this weird. It's like the Blizzard cartoony style, but like mixed with real world, and like that could look so stupid, but they made it look right. Like it's kind of like it meets in the middle somewhere where it still looks like Warcraft, but it looks real. It's just like if Warcraft was real, and I mean, seeing their version of Stormwind, it was so awesome. And then they showed a few seconds of an orc, like just sitting there emoting, basically, like with tears in his eyes. I don't know what the scene was about, what was going on, but it looked so cool. Like it was just to show us what the orcs look like in the movie, and it's CGI obviously, but it's like motion capture CGI, so it looks really good. It doesn't look cheesy. I mean, it looks like a real orc. I was really surprised by it, and like everyone cheered as soon as it came on the screen, and it was just really cool. So now I'm really looking forward to the movie, and I think as long as the story's not stupid, as long as the writing's good, I think this could be like a really legitimately good movie. So I'm excited about that. I guess that's pretty much it for BlizzCon. Like, there's so much going on all at once that you really can't do anything. Like, I didn't see any esports stuff, which kind of sucks because I really, like, it would have been fun to watch some Hearthstone matches and some StarCraft. I really like watching stuff like that, but there just wasn't time. Like, if you want to go to the panels, you don't see any esports stuff, which, I feel like I didn't even have time to go to all the panels I wanted to, because, like, you have to eat, right? Like, you have to, you have to eat, you have to pee, and to do those things, you have to stand in line for, like, 30 minutes. So, we missed some stuff, or I missed some stuff that I didn't really want to, or that I wanted to see. I really wish they would spread it out over 3 days. Like, have the same amount of content, but just make it 3 days. Give us, like, 30 minutes in between panels. Some of them were, but, give us more time in between panels, and let us, like, have some open time for us to just go play Overwatch without missing something, or, like, go watch some esports or something. But, anyway, Metallica was awesome. I'm not, like, a huge Metallica fan, but they were really fun live, and there were a lot of people there. It was really fun. And then the last thing on my notes here is meeting fans, which, I don't know, I feel weird calling you guys fans, but meeting some of you guys, that was really cool. Like, I didn't know what to expect going to this thing. I didn't know if it was just going to be, like, constantly people wanting to talk to me, or, like, if nobody would notice me or anything like that. It was somewhere in between. It was a few people, and it was really cool. Like, it wasn't weird or awkward at all. I'm really glad those of you who came up and said hi, I'm glad you did, because that was really cool to, like, see somebody in person who's like, I really like your videos, you should keep making them, I really like them. And I'm like, I will, I'm coming back, I'm going to make more, it's okay. So that was cool. And BlizzCon, just in general, was just very, very fun, and just it was amazing. It was a lot of money to go, but it was worth it, and definitely going back next year. So looking forward to that. Man, this is turning into a really long vlog, but hey, I haven't made a video in forever. Surely you're not upset about that. I want to talk about the Warlords launch too, because we've got this going on like right after BlizzCon. It's insane. I'm really liking Warlords. I didn't have any server problems at all, like in the morning and afternoon on Thursday. Some realms, like, people just couldn't get in. I know they had a lot of problems in Europe. I didn't really have any problems. It was great. And but then, like, Thursday night is when things started going crazy, right? They were taking the realms down, and they were starting to limit how many people can go in, and it was just a mess then. And of course, yesterday, which you don't know what day this is. For me, yesterday was Friday. Everything was nuts, like all day Friday. But I mean, here, just a quick thing to anybody who's like raging on the forums or just going crazy about this. Like, Blizzard wants this to be fixed just as much as you do. Way more than you do, actually. Like, as much as you're upset that you can't play the new game or whatever, or that you're having problems, like, they are far more stressed out about this, I promise. They are trying to fix this. And I feel really bad for them because they're getting all this hate on the forums and stuff. And I know, like, I'm sure the overwhelming majority of WoW players are like me, right? Where we're just like, okay, well, it sucks that we're having issues, but it's fine. I feel bad for them. But man, people are going nuts on the forums. I just need to stop reading the forums. But anyway, Tanan Jungle is Tanan Jungle. Like, it's cool, but it's, I think anybody who was in the beta has done it a million times. Of course, if you didn't get the beta, you're just like, oh, great, yeah, I'm glad you're so jaded about this new thing that was new for me that I didn't get to play. But hey, Tanan Jungle is Tanan Jungle. Shadowmoon Valley the questing is kind of dull, but the environment is so awesome. Like, I've talked about this a million times in my beta videos and just in general, but I really like how that zone looks. Garrisons are so cool. There was a lot of disappointment about the changes they made to garrisons, where you can't just put it anywhere. It's not as customizable as they kind of made it seem like, but they're really cool. Like, seeing like, when it starts out, and on the beta, it was glitchy, so I didn't really know what to think about it. But when it starts out, it's a little thing, and you just kind of have like a few areas, and you can just place a couple of buildings, and it's like, okay, whatever. This is just part of the questing. This isn't really even a thing. But it ends up, like, once you upgrade once, it suddenly looks really cool. Like, you've got all your buildings, and you can place. You have a lot of control over what kinds of buildings you place, and I'm assuming when you upgrade to the third one, you have even more options for buildings. And there's like this outside area where there's a nice little fishing place and like an herb garden and a mine, and it's really cool. And visiting other people's garrisons is really fun. Oh, but the follower system on the beta, I wasn't really sold on. I thought it wasn't very intuitive to me, like, and it all happens in the UI, so it's just kind of like, I don't know, whatever. But they've made some little changes to it that make it a lot more fun for me. And, there's tooltips and things that pop up that show you exactly what to do, that if they were in the beta, I ignore them, and that's my fault. But I paid more attention to it this time anyway. And it's really fun. It's like this nice little side thing that it's kind of like pet battles, but without having to do the actual battles. You just, like, tell them to go do stuff, and then they come back sometime later, and you just mess with it whenever you happen to be at your garrison. I really like collecting followers. Like, I like having all these different followers join up with your cause, and then you level them up, and they have their little abilities and things, and they're basically pets. But they're also running around your garrison, and you can bring them out with you to fight stuff, and it's an interesting little piece of the gameplay that's just really fun. So I'm liking that a lot more than I expected. And then the only other thing I've seen is Gorgrond, which is really fun so far. It's like the actual quests are more fun in my opinion than most of the Shadow Moon stuff. So like you turn into this little guy and you can tunnel around all these different places. I don't know, it's fun. So yeah, I'm really liking what I've gotten to see of it. I think I'm 93, 94. Am I 94? I'm 94 now. I'm 94, so I got a ways to go. But I'm taking it slow. I always take it slow. Just enjoy it. And then on alts, you can rush through it. I think it would be fun to record me leveling Grifter through all of it. Do you think I should do that? If that seems like Grifter the Druid, if that sounds interesting, I think I would level as Feral. So if that sounds like something you want to see, let me know, because that would be cool. I haven't done any like WoW gameplay in a long time, so let me know what you think about that. Other than that, like things that are coming up on the channel, the Octodad shorts, like they've added extra content to Octodad, Dad Lays Catch, so I'm gonna play those because they're hilarious. I'm gonna keep playing The Walking Dead. I'm going to keep going with The Sims 3. I think I'll do some more Sims 4 stuff, even though the hype for that has totally died out. Like, there's still a little bit more of the game that I want to see, but that probably won't turn into, like, a really long-term thing. And, yeah, I don't know what else, but I got into the Heroes of the Storm Alpha, so you might see some of that from me, but I'm probably no good at that game at all, so I don't know. And that's about all. This has been a really long vlog, but I've been gone a long time, so sorry about that. But I'm gonna keep trucking. So, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Okay, bye. No, it's cool. Just sit there running your motorcycle. It's cool. Whatever.